What if I told you that the 2025 crypto bull run is not just another boom, and that everything we think we know about money, power, and innovation is about to be rewritten? Something massive is happening beneath the surface. If you believe crypto is just speculative noise, buckle up, because by the end of this ride, you might be seeing reality in a whole new dimension. Today, we're diving into why the 2025 crypto bull run will change everything we know, from decentralization to everyday finance, from power structures to opportunity. It's about foundational shifts. If you stick around, you'll walk away not just knowing what might happen, but seeing why it matters, and more importantly, how you can be part of it. The global context. Before the rocket launch, you need to understand the launch pad. 1. Macroeconomic pressure is at a boiling point. Inflation, rising debt, and monetary policy are under stress in major economies. Central banks are stuck between fighting inflation and avoiding recession. That tension creates fertile ground for alternatives. 2. Technological breakthroughs are accelerating. Layer 2 scaling solutions and sharding are making blockchains faster, cheaper, more efficient. The rise of zero-knowledge proofs and privacy-preserving tech means that systems can be both transparent and secure. 3. Regulatory attitudes are shifting, slowly but surely. After years of crackdown, many governments are waking up to crypto's staying power. Clearer regulation, better frameworks, not perfect, but enough to reduce risk for institutions. 4. Institutional adoption is entering its teenage years. Big firms, sovereign wealth funds, pension funds, they're not dipping toes anymore. Many are now diving in. Not just Bitcoin, DeFi, NFTs, tokenization of real-world assets are all on the radar. Put all these together, and the stage is set. The demand curve for crypto is no longer theoretical. It's very real. What will be different this time? So what separates 2025 from past bull runs? 1. Utility over speculation. Past runs were about hype, pump, dump, repeat. But 2025 is different. We're seeing real use cases: decentralized finance, DeFi, offering alternatives to traditional banks, real-world asset tokenization, real estate, art, even carbon credits, smart contracts embedded in everyday services, insurance, supply chain, identity. 2. Massive infrastructure build-out, scaling upgrades, interoperability between blockchains. Think, I can use tokens from chain A seamlessly on chain B without friction. Wallet UX improvements. Crypto wallets are becoming as easy to use as PayPal or Venmo. More reliable bridges, better security practices, audits, so users don't lose funds to hacks. Third, layering of multiple trends. It's not one trend, it's many converging Web3 plus AI. Imagine intelligent contracts that adapt based on data and ML, IoT plus blockchain, devices speaking securely via decentralized networks. Sustainability concerns pushing towards energy-efficient consensus, proof of stake, proof of space, etc. 4. Global democratization of finance. Crypto isn't just for tech-savvy people or Silicon Valley anymore. In emerging markets, it's being used to preserve savings when national currencies collapse, enable cross-border payments cheaply and quickly, provide access to financial services for the unbanked. 5. Regulation as enabler, not just gatekeeper. Yes, regulation still scares people, but in 2025, we expect some regulatory clarity in key markets: US, EU, Asia. Why that matters? It reduces risk for institutions who are on the sidelines. It creates trust for everyday users. It forces projects to clean up their act. No more fly-by-night scams. Key areas to watch. These are the battlegrounds where the real change will take place. A. Layer 1 versus Layer 2 versus scaling. Layer 1 protocols, Ethereum, Solana, others, will continue improving. Layer 2 solutions will explode in adoption. Rollups, sidechains, plasma, optimistic versus zero-knowledge rollups. Interoperability becomes king. Bridges will get better. Cross-chain assets will feel seamless. B. DeFi and tokenization of real-world assets. We'll begin to see things like tokenized real estate, artwork, carbon credits traded almost like stocks, liquid, accessible. DeFi protocols moving toward not just yield, but real economic value. Automated insurance, decentralized identity, credit scoring. C. NFTs beyond art. Music, licensing, intellectual property, ticketing, all tokenized in new ways. Digital ownership becomes more meaningful. Ownership of unique digital assets that carry legal rights. D. Privacy and security. Zero-knowledge tools. Multi-party computation. ZK-SNARKS/ZK-STARKS become more mainstream. Wallet security, smart contract audits, better UX will reduce catastrophic losses. E. Cross-border and emerging markets. Crypto isn't just a luxury in developed countries. It's a lifeline in places with weak currencies or banking infrastructure. Remittances via crypto, stablecoins pegged to strong currencies, decentralized exchanges filling the gap. Implications: how everything we know will shift. Here are the seismic shifts on the horizon, the everything part of the title. 1. Power dynamics could change. Financial institutions and banks might lose portions of their dominance. Governments will still matter, but decentralized networks can bypass or alter traditional gatekeepers. 2. Money itself may be redefined. From centralized fiat to programmable money, smart contracts that enforce terms automatically. Currencies that adapt to inflation, dynamic supply, or other criteria could become more common. 3. Ownership and property rights get reinvented. With tokenization, ownership becomes more fractional, more digital. People share parts of assets, not just whole assets. Legal frameworks will evolve to recognize digital ownership. 4. Identity and trust change. Decentralized identity, DID systems. You control your metadata. Trust becomes embedded cryptographically, not just socially or institutionally. 5. Economic inclusion at unprecedented scale. Lower barriers. Anyone with internet access could tap into global finance. Traditional unbanked populations could leapfrog outdated systems. 6. Innovation velocity accelerates. With open source projects, global developer communities, cross-pollination with AI and other tech, we're going to see unexpected breakthroughs. Standards will form. Just like how HTTP standardized the web, blockchain standards may unify too. Risks and counterpoints, because no change happens without challenges. To be realistic, this is not going to be smooth sailing. Let's talk risks, but not to dampen hope. You'll see how these shape the opportunity. Regulatory backlash. Worst-case overregulation could stifle innovation. Security failures, bugs, hacks, bridges collapsing or exploitable vulnerabilities. Speculation frenzy, bubbles, hype, pump and dump still exist. Values detached from actual utility could lead to painful corrections. Energy and sustainability issues. Even proof of stake has challenges. Environmental concerns will be scrutinized heavily. User experience and scalability. High fees, slow transactions still deter mass adoption unless addressed. Why now? Why 2025? You might wonder, why do I believe 2025 is the inflection point? Here are the signals. Infrastructure projects nearing maturity. Ethereum scaling, Cosmos/Polkadot interoperability, Layer 2 rollouts. Massive capital reserves waiting on the sidelines. Institutions want regulatory clarity before they fully commit. Macro pressure, inflation, sovereign debt, geopolitical risk, pushing people to look for alternatives. Rising awareness. More people now know what blockchain, DeFi, Web3 really mean, not just buzzwords. What if you miss this wave? Let's get real. There will be opportunities, but there will also be costs for those who don't pay attention. You could miss out on early adoption in projects that become dominant infrastructure. You might remain exposed to inflation, currency depreciation, or stagnant financial tools. But more than money, you could miss the chance to help shape systems. If you're not involved, others will do it for you. The 2025 crypto bull run isn't just another boom. It's a potential paradigm shift, a chance where utility, inclusion, regulation, innovation, and identity all collide. It's a moment to participate, to question the old rules, and to build the new ones. If you want more deep dives like this, where we peel back the hype and see what's actually emerging, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and please share this with someone who needs to know, because this isn't just about crypto, it's about the future we're choosing together. Boldly forward. Be ready. The shift is here.